Hello, hello, my lovely duckies, and welcome to the Boneyard. And as always, I am your host, Caster. And we're continuing our discussion with ReZero, episode 11 of season 2. And oh, Ducky. Caster thinks his old ticker can't hack it anymore. Oh boy, this episode was, oh man. As the penultimate episode, it really did its job on old Caster here. Oh man. I don't know where to begin. Just so much stuff happened. Just left and right. Oh man, just okay. Well, I guess the best place to start is at the beginning. Okay, so oh man, oh man. So anyways, we leave off where with Subaru and Beatrice, and we finally get some answers, and come to find out, Beatrice is actually a spirit. Who knew? And her book is completely empty. There's nothing in it. When Subaru like takes it from her, because he's tired of her saying that, like, it's not in the book. I can't do it. And she says that the last it told her about him, but it hasn't said anything in a long time. So she apparently she's been in the library for 400 years as a servant of the Witch of Greed, and oh man, man. So it was a tear jerking episode where basically she wants to be freed from her contract. So she requests Subaru that he kill her. Of course, Subaru can't do this, and he wants to help her. And she says, I just don't care anymore. I just want to die. She says, I'm too far in this abyss. How can you save me? Without killing me. So, oh boy, oh boy. But then that's just when we get Elsa comes through the door. She finds a way into the library on her own. And oh man, it's oh. So before she can do anything, Beatrice uses darkness magic for them to get out of like a smoke screen. And oh man, so but Elsa also says that that her partner has taken care of the village. They split up the work, and I'm just like, oh my god, another one. Oh, but then again, like, why wouldn't there be another one, right? So he gets to the bridge because he's trying to get to the village, and lo and behold, the other person's there. I think it's her name is Melee, and come to find out, she's like the purple-haired girl from season 1 that was in the village, with all the kids, and she seemed like not really she seemed like an inconsequential character, but yeah. So we've had a sleeper agent the entire time, and apparently she can control mob beasts, and which means the whole thing with the mob beasts attacking the village, that was probably her the whole time. Holy crap! And so she says that she pretty much killed everybody, more or less hinted at it, and says she even killed Petra even though she was her friend, and she killed her quickly. Of course, Subaru was just like, oh man, he can't deal with it. And then Elsa comes up from behind, and then we get Beatrice fighting with her, and Beatrice, whoops her ass. I mean, she just uses all this magic on her, some kind of crystals, and shoots these crystals out, and what we get, and this is the part I don't understand. She shoots her and her hand starts to become like crystallized, like one of the crystals hit her hand, and it starts to spread from her to her sword and her whole arm. And then she hits her again, and like her whole body becomes like crystal, and then she shatters her like like a black ice. And then they turn their attention on the Melee, and Subaru's like, well, I can't kill her even though even though she's done this stuff, she's still like a child. I can't kill her. And of course, Beatrice is, they're bickering back and forth. And then Elsa comes out from behind and stabs Beatrice with her sword. And I'm like, what the hell? Who was that shattering on the ground? So I don't know what's going on here. And so then Beatrice dies, and and all this like spirit energy starts coming out of her, and she's like, "Oh, finally, I can rest." Oh man, and of course, Subaru, he's crying over. He's trying to staunch the bleeding, but it's not really bleeding. It's just light coming out of her body, and she's starting to fade away. And oh man, but and of course he gets kicked around by Elsa, and then she doesn't like the way he looks at her, so she pokes at his eye, and I'm like, oh my god, that insult to injury. This poor man has been through so much. Oh man, and then with her last dying ounce of strength, she teleports Subaru away to the sanctuary. And they make the same sound like when he's come back, that little sound. And so I thought, oh, he died or something, but no, he's still left because his eye is patched up. And oh man, this was kind of a really creepy episode. I mean, it was a really creepy episode because he goes to what looks to be inside the trial there, and Amelia's there, and lack of a better word, she's batshit crazy. It's like she's been in solitary confinement for like years or something because she's like, "Oh, Super, I'm so happy to see you," and she's like a sweet voice where she's like the same tone, unchanging, tone of like the sweet voice, talking about how she loves him and she knew that he would come back for her and everything, and Super's just like, I don't know what's going on here. It's just totally confused. And so, oh man. So, anyways, he I'm gonna have to skip over a lot of stuff here because there's so much stuff. So he ends up leaving the sanctuary and it's snowing outside. Again, it's like, what the hell's up with the snow? So Garfield asks the same thing. He's like, hey, what are you doing? Because they're outside waiting, and they're like, well, what is the snow coming from? And he tells her that, she told me that she loved me and all this stuff, and he said that she would never say that. She's been, he said she's been to the point where she's been deprived to the point where that I'm the only person she can rely on. If Puck was here, he would knock some sense into her. So it's like, again, where the hell is Puck? What's going on with this? Oh man. Oh, there's so much stuff going on. So, anyways, he says we need to ask Rosewall because apparently Rosewall is the one who started the snowstorm. So, Garfield and Subaru go and talk to Rosewall to finally get some answers. Oh boy, oh boy. So it kind of gets heated with Garfield, and he acts like he's gonna do something. Of course, Ram steps up and says, "Hey, you're not gonna do anything to my master." And then all of a sudden, you see like a blood splatter, and you look over, and Rosewall is like, "Oh, you're such a good maid. You're such a great servant, Ram," and he's stabbed his fingers through her all the way to Garfield. And I'm just like, holy shit. And of course, Super is just like, what? Oh man. Oh boy, oh boy. So, anyways, and this whole time, my heart is just beating 1,000 times fast because I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know where this is gonna go. So, Ram dies on top of Garfield, and Garfield still alive because of his just his the sheer toughness of him. He tries to heal her, but it's causing him to transform because he's getting pissed. And then Rosewall ends up like kicking his head off his body, splattering Subaru, who's still got a bandage over his eye. You know, and he's like, "Why did you do that?" And he's like, "Well, they were interrupting our conversation, and we need to have this talk." And Rosewall pretty much tells him that he knows about Subaru's secret. He knows that he can go into he can return from death, which is a huge, huge revelation. Which I speculated he knew. Okay, so I was right on that one, and he pretty much tells him that you know, there's things that we need to get done, and there's like, you need to figure out like what you want the most. And he's saying like all his schemes and everything were to get what he wanted. And he shows him his book, and he says it's not like one of those detestable gospels, you know. And I'm pretty sure you know who has the other one. And oh boy, oh boy, boy. So uh, so basically, Roswell does all this because he knows that he kills them and everything because he knows that like Subaru can go back, and Roswell pretty much tells him everything he needs to know. Uh, that he needs to basically just stop coddling Amelia. And he needs to like if he wants to get things done, he's gonna have to get these trials done. You know, but then they get interrupted again because you look outside and you see like 1,000 red eyes, and it's the great rabbit, Ma Beast. Oh boy. So I'm like, okay, this is where Subaru's gonna die. So, anywho, they go out there and Subaru's like, hey, we need to have a truce or whatever. And he's like, look, this is what you need to do. He goes, we can't get anything done until we get these trials done. I can't do anything. And he goes, and I tell you this. He goes, now, I know all this stuff, but when you go back, my past self won't know. So, I thought he was going to say, like, here's the stuff you need to tell my past self so I'll know. And, Subaru's just like, man, normal people don't even think like this, because the Malbys is going to kill them both, So he's just like, hey, tell my past self this. So he's not even worried about preserving his life in this timeline. So, yeah, the Malbys pretty much like just jumps all over him, starts to go after Subaru, and then it cuts, you know, and then we get a little post credits teaser. Even though the credits were playing during this whole end sequence here, we get a little teaser at the end, and we see somebody shuffling through their vision, and of course it's Subaru, and he's joining with Amelia, and I gotta tell you, he's probably on his last legs, if he has legs. Oh boy, oh boy. So, anyways, he shuffles there, and she's like, "Oh, you're back. I was so happy to see you. And she's like, "Are you tired?" And he's like, "Oh yeah." She's like, "Here, you can lay on my lap." You know. And this is where things get really creepy because her eyes are just like wide. She's like that that one meme, the obsessive girlfriend meme. That's what she's like for her. She's like, hey, 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 you know. And oh man. So she said, I don't know why you have to try so hard for someone else. She goes, you need to try hard for me and only me. She's like, I love you. And then she goes to like kiss him, but like, and as she's telling us, like it keeps cutting like a record, and skipping like an old film. And oh man, and then when it does that, we see like his body, where his legs and arms are just completely chewed up, and he's pretty much gonna bleed out, and that's pretty much how it ends with him bleeding out, and that's what we get, and I'm just like Jesus Christ, oh man. So I don't know if I could take this. I don't know if I could take the season finale. I mean, I'm going to. I'm going to do it for you, Duckies. But oh man, I tell you what, I've just been on an emotional roller coaster this entire show, and to be honest, I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, it's just like every time we get a little bit of progress, just something, shit, hit, even more shit hits the fan, and it's just like, oh man, what can we do? So I'm just perplexed. Um, I mean, we're gonna have to get those trials done. We got to get those done ASAP because we got to get the team back to the house. Because I know that Roswell and Beatrice could like kick the shit out of both of anybody out there. And then we got like Ram too and Felicia. Like we can get the whole crew together. That's what we need to do. So I don't know. I mean, We gotta get these trials done. And we gotta release the stupid thing so we can get the hell out of here. Oh man. So I don't know. Are they gonna get out of there? I hope to God they do, because I hope this doesn't end on like a huge, huge cliffhanger where it's like we gotta wait for a season 3 and then we gotta wait another 4 years. I'm hoping this is gonna be like an Attack on Titan kind of thing where like, yes, the first season, the the wait between season 1 and season 2 was like years, but then like um, you know, season 2 and 3 were actually shorter, you know, and then here we're getting another season here, you know, in next year. So it's like we're getting a little bit quicker. So hopefully, you know, we'll get a season 3 of ReZero maybe next year, or you know maybe a little further down the line, maybe in spring, you know, or maybe in the winter. I don't know. Oh, but I hope we don't get like another cliffhanger because I can't deal with this. I can't deal with a cliffhanger for like a year or two. Oh man. So, the season 1 of ReZero didn't really end on a cliffhanger, but it left a lot of threads open to where we're like we still need to get the story done, you know. But oh, duckies, duckies, duckies. The old ticker's just a beating fast. Oh boy. So anyways, duckies. I like to hear what you guys got to say about it. You know, if you're if you're a light novel reader, then you know, hey, again, don't spoil it for anybody. So, anyways, duckies, I can't wait to see you next time in the boneyard. And remember to stay safe and be good to each other.